It's a defender! Oh, I wanted Guja to be something else. Defender is the only class I don't like. Gooey. Alright. When the Pokemon is hit by an attack, there's a set chance it will spread slime around itself. The slime deals damage to opposing Pokemon and applies a gooey slowing effect to a short time. The gooey slowing effect decreases movement speed and can stack up to 4 times. When the Pokemon with this ability enters tall grass, it continually recovers HP for a set amount of time until it leaves the tall grass. This HP recovery effect goes on cooldown after it's triggered. That's awesome. So you just go in some grass and heal. That's busted because you can do that while you're being chased while the goo is spreading and slows them. So you can just heal in the bush and then use a move. That's awesome. This actually seems like a defender that might actually be a defender. Yo, mup. I ain't your daddy, fool. I ain't taking care of your raggedy butt. I forgot I can't check Discord because it's just spoilers for this stuff. Anyway, that's a really cool idea. I really think that's going to be interesting chase ability. Hopefully the damage isn't too much. I imagine it's probably going to be like Trop Kick, surely. Like Trop Kick DOT. Basic attack becomes a boosted attack with every third attack. Also, if this Pokemon recovers HP due to its ability, its next basic attack becomes a boosted attack. Oh! So every time it walks into grass, it gets a boosted attack on cooldown. So it's like 1, 2 boosted. So like white, yellow, boosted. Interesting. So not a particularly strong basic attack, but pretty good. Pretty average. Boosted attacks have the user spew slime. I like it. If the slime hits opposing Pokemon from a distance, slowing effect is applied. If the slime hits opposing Pokemon close range, deals increased damage. So it doesn't slow up close. You have to rely on your passive for that. Interesante. Interesante. In a different sense? Hold on now. I ain't your slime daddy. If this Pokemon applies a gooey slowing effect to an opposing Pokemon and then hits that Pokemon with a basic attack while the effect is active, all the cooldowns are reduced. Oh, that's dangerous. So they're going to have a lot of moves. They have a lot of healing. It's very defender so far. It depends on what the moves do. Depending on what the moves do, it's going to be a big difference on how this character plays. Bubble! Bubble! User cover itself in a bubble, granting it a shield for a short time. When the shield's effect duration ends, or if this move is used again, the bubble shield pops. Huh. Dealing damage to nearby Pokemon and decreasing movement speed. It does extra damage and it lowers movement speed. They have a lot of slowing, and I like that. That's interesting. Because there's a lot of characters that are just really fast right now. X-Speed is definitely a counter to this Pokemon, I feel like. But being able to trigger an X-Speed off of a passive, that's pretty good. Or just a single boosted, that's pretty good. Muddy Water, classic. Has the user splash. So this is a Sliggoo move. So that means it's probably the other starting move, if I had to guess. Does that mean this Pokemon evolves at level 3 or level 4? Because if Sliggoo is in the starting move, then surely. Weird. As user splash muddy water around itself, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect, and applying an effect to them. This just feels like upgraded bubble, though. And applying an effect to them decreases the amount of damage they deal. Okay, so they lower damage. Very nice. Probably both attack and special attack based. The user deals damage to opposing Pokemon with this move. Defense and special defense are increased. Can stack 4 times. Interesting. But every time you hit someone with slime, you get more uses, so that makes sense. Further increases the user's defense and special defense when this move deals damage to opposing Pokemon. Okay, so that's the plus. So it has a plus version. So this is a final move, but it has Sliggoo on it. Maybe it changes when they evolve. Interesting. Oh. Looks like we get a dragon move. Dragon Pulse. Has the user unleash a shockwave in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon. It hits at the center. The shockwave hits opposing Pokemon, increase damage, and restores HP. HP is restored when this move deals damage to opposing Pokemon that have a gooey slowing effect applied to them. So when you hit someone with passive, you get lower cooldown, and this restores HP. Wild. Tackle. So this is the other starting. Has the user charge an opposing Pokemon, dealing damage and throwing it. Another stun at level 1. Love it. If this move hits, the user bounces back a short distance. Oh, that could be really good or really bad. Really bad for escaping, really good for chase, really good for poking? Yeah, really good for poking. Not good for chasing, not good for running. Good for poke, though. Good poke. Which is good, because you want to be, like, in the bush at all times. Healing might have a cooldown, but you still want to be in the bush at all times, so you can just keep proccing it. Hopefully the cooldown isn't too long. Power Whip! I have this move on my Gooey. As the user lash out with its horns in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect and decreasing their movement speed. So this is the move that upgrades second, because the picture has a Goodra in it already, which means you can't get it until you're already a Goodra. You get this move when you become a Goodra, rather. You get the other one when you become a Sliggoo. So if I'm willing to bet this Pokemon probably evolves pretty early. I'm thinking like level 4 and 6. I'm thinking this character evolves at level 4 and 6. And you replace Bubble immediately because it does no damage. Interesting. Effect decreasing movement speed again. The move hits distant opposing Pokemon. Those Pokemon are pulled towards the user. Oh, I like. Grapple Pokemon! Let's go! Applies a gooey slowing effect when this move hits. Classic. Oh, you can see the grab range here, right where the first E is in EV. Well, technically the third E, but whatever. You can see there's a little an antenna outline of where the grab box is. It's a pretty good range too. That is a big range. That's the all-rounder scoop right there. The all-rounder that's trying to get away. This looks like a pretty good move. Grapples are always really good. We've got our Blitzcrank. Oh boy. As the user spit acidic fluid at an opposing Pokemon, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in an area of effect centered on the Pokemon it hits, and decreasing their movement speed. Okay. So it's a sure hit then, it looks like. Why is there a second image for it, though? Guess we're about to find out. If the move is used again, the user charges in the designated direction and deals damage to opposing Pokemon it hits. This charge hits an opposing Pokemon that has been marked by acidic fluid. That Pokemon is thrown. Damage is dealt to nearby opposing Pokemon. Upgrade applies slowing, which also gives you lower cooldowns from either the acidic fluid or the charge. So the upgrade means that you're just literally every move you have is just going to give you HP and reduced cooldowns. So they can use like Power Whip like constantly with hitting the slows, right? So you can either spam Acid Spray for tank build or Power Whip for like, I don't know. That's just a good move. Just spam grapples so they never get away. I assume it's just going to be Power Whip to Muddy Water. What was the other? Dragon Pulse? I assume it's going to be Acid Spray Dragon Pulse. Those look like they work together pretty well. Although Muddy Water could probably also work with Acid Spray. This is interesting. Pokemon. And it is a stun as well if you hit it. I don't think the second one is sure hit, but I think the first one is. Being damage to opposing Pokemon in an area effect. Because it's at an opposing Pokemon, which suggests that it's sure hit, like Electro Ball. Umi is so cute. Could be either 5 and 9 or 5 and 7. It's definitely not a 5 and 9. Gudra is definitely not level 9. It could be 5 and 7, but they generally have defenders really early. Because the last time they tried to do like a 6 and 8 with Mamo, they had to rework the whole leveling system. It did not work. So I think they're probably going to want it to be pretty early. Especially since it looks like Bubble and Tackle are not very good. Tackle bouncing back is just like worse Swinub Tackle, and it's just worse Squirtle Tackle. It's just worse. Like, that's probably the worst tackle. It's much worse than Slowbro Tackle. Or Snorlax Tackle, rather. That's like probably the worst. That's probably the worst damage move that they've given a defender yet. The fact that you bounce back is so bad. I'd be shocked if you don't lose Bubble at level 4. Power Whip if you have a ton of melees, I'm thinking. Melees I want to get up and close and personal. Or like a Decidueye. Power Whip plus Decidueye is going to be disgusting with Razor Leaf. Because that's just, if you get hit with Power Whip, you just die. Power Whip to a Buzzwole. Oh, that's cringe. It gives Buzzwole a command grab. That's... Oh, no. That's awful. That's painful, just even thinking about it. That's awful. I hate that. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this move. Deals damage, sure hit, lowers movement speed, and then you can tackle. It stuns them if it hits the same one again. Damages everyone around. But you don't get the slow until the plus. Okay. But the first one does slow. Yeah. Power Whip to T-Tar. I mean, that's really no better than just T-Tar anyway. T-Tar has Ancient Power and Sand Tube. He doesn't need help. Unite move. Right as rain. Oh, it's right as rain. I love it. Causes rain to fall around the user, gradually restoring the user's HP. Oh boy, it's another Snorlax. While this move is active, all of the user's basic attacks become boosted. Oh no! That's infinite slowing, healing, and cooldown reduction. Oh no, that's a menace. When they proc this, it's another Slowbro. It's Slowbro plus Snorlax. Once they proc this, they're just you just can't get rid of them. They just don't die. They just hold basic attack while they walk towards a bush. Oh no. Because you want to fight in a bush as long as you can. Oh, that's rough. That's such a good Unite move. On a defender as well. Dang. That's such a good Unite move. Oh no. They're really going to have to tweak the healing of this, I feel like. This Pokemon could very easily have too much healing. This dude with a Comfey is going to be a menace. Oh, that's so right, because with Grass Knot as well. Floral Healing Grass Knot. There's just so much grapple. There's so much grapple. That's so much grapple. Power Whip and Muddy Water, also increasing your defense and special defense. Oh no. Oh no. That's a lot of healing. That they're probably gonna like easily hit like 4 to 8k healing a game. Unless they're like just healing for nothing, which I doubt, considering all the other characters they released lately. There's two kinds of releases lately. There's either insanely broken or utterly worthless. Something tells me that they're not gonna be worthless. That is a lot of healing and a lot of defense. Oh boy. So we agree that Sweet Kiss still sucks? It's just not enough. For its cooldown, like, bro, it's barely a stun and it's barely a shield. And it gives, like, no movement speed. I'm pretty sure Ice Shard on Glaceon gives more movement speed than Sweet Kiss does. Leftovers Gudra in a bush? Why even bother? I'd bet you're not even gonna need the leftovers. Just take a Focus Sash and YOLO. I hope the passive cooldown isn't too long. Because this character has, like, no mobility. They have, like, 0 mobility. So getting to a bush is going to be quite difficult. They're a special attacker. Unfortunate. It looks like they're also a ranged attacker, but that makes sense. I think. Does that say melee? Or does that say ranged? I'm not sure. Maybe that says melee. We'll find out in 10 seconds as soon as I let this video play. I'm not watching that load. Entrenadores! Uno! Listos! Ya! Rakai! Burbuja! They started with Bubble. I would have started with Tackle, I feel like. We'll find out, though. The damage on Bubble is not insignificant. It's a pretty good secure if you combine it with Tackle, I feel like. Lakai. Can't choose your move while Bubble's on cooldown. Unfortunate. Or while it's being used. How much damage does Tackle do? Okay, it is a sure hit. It's really fast. What's the damage on it? Pathetic. Yeah, that is probably the worst tackle that they have added yet. It's not even a dash. You can't even use it for mobility. This is the worst tackle that they have added yet. By far. Their boosted does some damage, though. Like, you're better off using your boosted with Bubble than you are with Tackle. Gooey! Agua lodosa! I can't tell what the defense stats are doing with Muddy Water. It's hard to tell. I wasn't looking at the score animations, I really should have. Muddy Water's damage is better. It is much better. Oh, and the cooldown is so low. Oh no, Muddy Water does so much damage. Why does it do so much damage? Oh no. We didn't get to see Sligu's score animation. Oh, it's really simple. Hopefully Guja's is better. Why are they so small? Oh, this model's not done yet. Okay. They're much smaller than I thought they would be. Oh, that's quick. I don't know why I thought that would have more wind up. Oh no. Muddy Water Power Whip looks like it's so good. Oh no. Stats not finished, but Oh, you get so much cooldown reduction. Every boosted is like 2 seconds. Not boosted, every basic. It's gonna die to the passive. The damage is not insignificant. They get healing from standing in a bush. What's the cooldown on that? Oh, the cooldown's pretty good on that passive. You get the healing pretty often. No, I don't think it's too long. I think that might be good. That might be a good cooldown for it. What level they evolve? Looks like I didn't pay attention. I'm gonna use attack speed emblem. Maybe. Honestly, could probably get away with putting rapid scarf on this. You could probably put a rapid scarf on this. A focus sash, a rapid scarf, and maybe a buddy barrier, I think. Just sit and heal in your ult. Especially since they get it at level 9? Movimento 9. Oh, it's a throw while you're being grappled. It tosses you in the air. Oh, that's painful. Oh no. Oh, an AOS cookie on this? Oh no. That might be better than a buddy barrier, honestly. Rapid Scar, Focus Sash, AOS Cookie? Oh no. It does more damage in this than it does in a real game. So, it probably won't be this bad, but... And also, you know... Not final Pokemon, it'll change. The damage numbers will change, but the Power Whip to Muddy Water looks like it's going to be impossible to deal with. That's gonna be so rough. We also have a second game with the other moveset. Let's watch the Unite move one more time. We don't see how much healing it is, because he's not in battle this time. It doesn't last very long, though. See if we can find the first time he used it. They took no damage, so we'll never know. I like the music, though. Oh, so you have an icon when you're healing in bushes. That's very helpful. So you can see when your passive is up on your health bar. That's awesome. Let's check out the next game to see where they level up. This might be a defender I actually play. I love this. So passive is up on Gumi. Lapras is here! Let's go! Lapras does look kind of silly. I thought they would be like semi-submerged. You know? Like the bottom flippers would be under the water. No, they just slide. That's pretty funny. Like, obviously the water effect suggests that they're underwater, but they're not. They're not. That's pretty funny, though. I'm feeling an AOS cookie on Gumi. I'm feeling an AOS cookie. Yo, why Lapras got Whirlpool, though? That's some good healing. I wonder if the stats on that will be changed as well. So they don't evolve at level 4. They do evolve at level 5 and 7. We're gonna try out Dragon Pulse, which slows and deals extra damage to the one in the middle. That has some wide range though. It's hard to miss that. Even if you dodge to the side, that's still gonna hit with the weak part. That sour spot ain't gonna be missed. The damage is acceptable. In a real battle, it's going to do less damage, so that's going to be reasonable amounts of damage. I would borderline say average. That's average damage. They're not fully evolved yet, though, so that means it's probably going to be a pretty strong move. What's the cooldown on it? Six seconds? Average. Very average move. Muddy Water feels a bit more interesting, but it's melee, so it's going to be harder to use. Oh look, a Comfy. Where'd you come from? Yo. Okay, Lapras does not have a fast score, but it's pretty average. We're gonna try Acid Spray. Yeah, the tackle you have to aim. Looks like the chance to be slimed is... It looks like it averages out to be roughly a third. There's roughly a 1/3 chance to get slimed by attacking them. They do look really small. Especially with the size of Lapras. Very strange. I know the model's not done yet, but, you know. It feels like they would have made it bigger. I like her score animation. Final Gudra. Interesting. Using Acid Spray towards the enemy and then dashing away is interesting. I still like the music on it. I like the music on the Unite move. So they evolve at level 8. Interesting. You were right, they level up at 5 and 8. No length. You're here for the new evolution? Malbus. These new mons are super interesting? Yeah. I like Gudra. I might actually play them as a defender. New character select screen? Thank goodness, because the one we have, I have mains all over it. I can't even scroll to half of them before the time runs out. Boy, I hope you're gonna be able to select favorites or something. Or they'll be ordered by a number of games with them or something. Anything to make it faster to get to some of your mains. Power Whip and Muddy Water is better. It feels like Power Whip and Muddy Water are less vulnerable to nerfing, because obviously the numbers are going to be much worse when we get a real game. But Dragon Pulse Acid Spray, it feels very vulnerable to stun. It's vulnerable to stun and mobility, which is dangerous. Trying to get Gold Ribbon on SB before new EV. Man, I don't even have a green badge yet. I play too many characters, man. What else we got? Acid Spray looks really good at, like, pressing a goal. Now, if I remember rightly, what slows is passive slows. I think... Is Power Whip slow? I don't remember. I can't remember all of the moves that slow, because it's really important to know which one's slow. Passive slows. Boosted slows. Only at long range, though. Boosted slows at long range. The bubble popping slows. This reduces damage, but does not slow. So popping the bubble slows, boosted slows at range, passive slows. Yeah, it heals you in the center. That's what Dragon Pulse does. So, Acid Spray, Dragon Pulse feels like a very sort of rush down sustainability build, which is interesting. I like how it says if this move hits, like it's not a sure hit. I don't think it's possible to miss unless they're invincible. Very rare interaction. When a Mew procs ult and you're still a Goomy, I guess, or if a Glaceon evolves to level 4 before you get to level 5, and somehow someone stuns them before your tackle hits. It's a very rare interaction, you'll just keep going. Okay, so this does slow as well. It slows if you don't get the grapple. Oh, I see. GUI slowing is different from normal slowing. Okay, so I think it's just passive boosted. I think it's just passive boosted and Power Whip. So it doesn't actually have that much healing. Oh, and Acid Spray as well. Okay, so top move, boosted attack, and passive all give the healing and reduce cooldown. Interesting. I one-trick the mages. Or you miss as someone goes to base as a Goomy. That'd be hilarious. I guess you still have it as Sliggoo, so you actually have it until level 8. So all the way up until level 7, you could potentially get it. It's really silly, though. So that's interesting. Do neither of these moves actually have GUI slow at all, huh? Just normal slowing. If all the moves that would slow, I would think it would be the melee one. But, what do I know, I guess. Yeah, so these don't slow at all, but this one can heal you. Muddy Water increases your stats, increases defense and special defense, so... Both of these are sustainability, but they don't heal you. Power Whip and Acid Spray both goo them on the upgrade, But I think that's like level 13 when you get that, so that's not great. Or do you get this one first or second? I can't remember. Yeah, you get this one first, so it's gonna be like level 13 before you get the plus power whip or plus thing. Ugh. I'll do sing mode when I do the next video. Ugh. What's the how does who the win? Power up slows with the upgrade, yeah. I like this. I like this character. Let's check out Lapras. Let's check out Lapras. Trying to find the new information. It's sweeping all across the nation. We're going wide. We're going far. Thank Doug for that one. He's the best! El Chico Eevee. Gonna make this look so free V1. You know what, sure. I think it'd be pretty funny if you could redeem another sing mode to stop the sing mode. Let's go. Skip. Doesn't she look so cute? I love it. Swimming through the ocean blue. It's me and you. You know it's true, Lapras. Aww. Lapras definitely does less damage. I would almost go so far as to say Lapras does no damage. And this is the buffed trainer version. This is like the buffed CPU damage. So she does like nothing. Got some mad sustain though. They are not taking damage. Boosted heals. Basic heals, it looks like. Boosted definitely heals. Or no, yeah, boosted definitely heals. Quite a bit. How's the score animation? Basic. I'd go so far as to say disappointing. That's a disappointing score animation. Boosted heal. It does look like Whirlpool heals. It looks like Whirlpool does heal. Looks like we've got Bubble Beam. So there's the Bubble Beam teaser that we got from El Chico Eevee before. Basic attacks don't do insignificant damage, but it's not impressive. Below average. I like their walking animation, even if it is silly that they're just sliding on the ground. It's a very smooth, fluid animation. I quite like it. Looks like they're a bit of a late game character, because it feels like they do more damage later on. Maybe that's just because they're over-leveled a bit now, but it feels like the scaling is not in I've forgotten the word I was gonna say. Insignificant. There we go. The scaling is not insignificant. It might actually be worth it to put special attack specs on Lapras. Yeah, it looks like special attack specs would actually work pretty well. They've got a Unite move. We don't know what it does yet, because it's just a Comfy. Oh, you can get stunned by the bubbles. Oh, it makes you move fast. Oh, that's cool. So you can rush over to a team fight after you back cap at Ray. These defenders actually look mad fun. They're not just about doing damage like all the others. Gudra is like a tank that just tries to stay alive forever and bring them to you. And it looks like Lapras is just trying to be a wall in between you and the enemies. Then again, I also just saw that Bubble Beam damage, so what do I know? They're also level 11 by level 5, by minute 5 though, so that's kind of impacting the results here. You can go a ways with that ult though. You go far. Looks like the less distance you move, the less the cooldown runs out. That's an interesting Buddy Barrier Pokemon. I feel like Buddy Barrier might be better on Lapras than on Gudra. Maybe tank build Gudra though. Buddy Barrier, Aeos Cookie, Focus Band. I could see that happening. I feel like Lapras is probably going to be Buddy Barrier, Special Attack Specs, and then just a free space. Probably for Aeos Cookie, double stack it up. Maybe a Shell Bell? Probably not. Maybe. That's not a terrible idea. Maybe. Maybe. Hit and Run Simulator. Is that Whirlpool or Sparkling Aria? I'm willing to bet it's just Whirlpool, based on the name. Torbellino. I believe that just means like turbulent water, so I think it's just Whirlpool. Torbellino. Torbellino. Wait, they start with that? I'm confused. I'm confused. What just happened? You start with this move? I am the confused. Rip. I can't tell. It definitely looks like Whirlpool heals. Also just basic attack heals. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe Whirlpool doesn't heal. Basic attack definitely does though. Okay, now here's some kind of Sing move. It looks like it goes off 3 times? Looks like that's Perish Song? This is Perish Song? Canto Mortal. I think it's Perish Song. It's Perish Song! It just kills you! It's T-Tar ult! It's an execute! What the heck? It just kills you! Oh no! So yeah, we're definitely putting special attack specs on Lapras. Just putting that out there. That's happening. This Pokemon is definitely getting special attack specs. Absolutely 100%. You get Perish Song. Oh no! Ice Beam. I guess technically it's Ice Ray, but no. Not insignificant damage. Now we have a defender that's anti-defender, and a defender that's anti-attacker. Oh, no. That's so rude. What the heck? That damage is not okay. Oh no. That's terrifying. I don't want to be scared of a Lapras. Bro. So close. Zoom! Zoomies. Lapras gets this. Oh, it's tank controls. This animation not finished. Animation not finished. It's just a tailgate. Whee! Yeah, Bubble Beam definitely seems better than Ice Beam right now. Is it Bubble Beam or is it like Bubble Gun? I can't remember. It's probably just Bubble Beam. Bubble Bullet. Oh, interesting. There's a mobile menu to put people on your back. And you can grief them by putting them on your back, and then they have to get out of it. I hope this is one that Noms does not buy. Yeah. No. Ult to Perish song. I don't think you can use moves while you're in your ult, can you? Yeah, you can't use moves while you're in your ult, so you can't Perish song while it's going on. But you could ult to their backline and then Perish song their attackers. Decidueye is crying and shaking at the idea of this character. Like, you can literally escort a Tyranitar to their back line, drop him off, and then Perish song the Decidueye. Decidueye is wholly invalidated by this character. 100%. Decidueye does not get to play the game anymore. Then again, Scyther existed, so that's not really a change. Dark-type Urshifu also didn't get nuked, so it was even more so not a thing. It's no different. I could see a score shield on Lapras, but I don't feel like it's worth it. You're such a useful member of the like team fight. I feel like having a score shield's kind of just a waste. Like, yeah, sure, you can go to the other end of the map instantly, but like, Talon and Dodrio exist, and Greedent. Why should you do it? It would be a very good character for score comp, though, because you would need characters that are tanky and do damage, and not just score. Anti-Zapquaza strat. Have a score comp. Lapras would be pretty good for that. Especially since you could drag another one of your members with your Unite move to the goal. That's actually pretty busted. Thank goodness they made it so you can only take one. Lapras looks mad cool. That looks super fun. I'm going to love just running all over the place trying to get a Perish song off. That's going to be like my singular goal. I defend you by killing the enemies. That's how I defend you. You can escort the Decidueye away from the dive. That's the problem. Your Lapras is going to be diving the enemy with your all-rounder. You're just going to be left in the back line with like a Pikachu. And their Lapras is going to come steamrolling in with the Tyranitar and you have to deal with it. You won't have your Lapras. Your Lapras is gone. Big special specs focus cookie vibes. Honestly, I feel like Buddy Barrier might be better. Lapras has so much healing already. I almost feel like you want the shield for ult to get away and for whoever you're with that you can escort wherever you want. Like, Buddy Barriering your Tyranitar and then dropping him off in the middle of their team so he can ult them, that's going to be such a big play. I feel like that's worth more than having a Focus Sash on Lapras. Because it's literally going to be Lapras doing that, getting back out with the rest of the Buddy Barrier, and at the end of their ult, dashing back in and Perish Songing while they're low health. I feel like double drive-by with Buddy Barrier is more valuable than Focus Sash. Because there's just so much burst in the game that you can't guarantee you'll have Focus Sash up when a team fight happens. Unless you just, like, do nothing the last minute before Ray or something. And you're such a valuable member of the fight, I don't know if that's worth. Can charge shackles on Lapras. I seriously doubt that you can use moves at all. Like, even if you can hold shackle when you first get on, you're gonna have to let it go long before you get to the enemies. Unless you were like right there already, and then you were already in shackle range. Drive by Lapras. It's a really cool idea, though. I really like this. Oh, here's the thing that I didn't know anything about. We're getting Umbreon next. I'll be honest, I really expected one of the main three. One of the OGs. I expected Vape, Jolt, or a Flare. I did not expect Umbra. The first physical attacking evolution in the game. Let's go, a non-special! That's wild, though. I would have thought that they would all be special, because, you know, the EVs are all special. All the types are generally special, but what do I know? Dark's not really that special. Well, that was a bad way to phrase it. You just get a little shield. What's your passive on Umbreon? How do you just get a little shield? So this is going to be This is going to be Absol 2.0, right? Why do you get Sing? Why do you get Hyper Voice as Eevee? What? The little tiny little Swifts. Look, it's so small. You get a big Tail Whip boosted. Oh, it drags them. No, he's just doing that of his own accord. What kind of stun is that? It is Absol 2.0. Oh, you get Night Slash. It's just straight up Night Slash. It even has Absol on the icon. Placeholder. Oh, these are placeholder. Okay, okay. I understand now. These are placeholder icons. These are placeholder. So this is Night Slash, but it's not going to be Absol. This is some kind of shout of some kind, but it's not going to be Hyper Voice. I understand. It makes sense. New EV to moon! Yeah, boy! Oh, I like that score animation. The backflip. The backflip into the side flip? Let's go. Interesting that their tail works as the damage. That was a better angle. Oh, no, it's a double front flip, not a back flip. Double front flip into the side flip. I like it. Let's see what their Unite is in a hot minute here. Its real run is Adorbs. It's not going to be Adorbs when it's one-shotting me. But it's definitely cute now. I enjoy the Night Slash. Just a little double Night Slash. Whatever bubble they have around them, it's not a shield. Because you just have it permanently. It seems to be that you have it whenever you're doing damage, it looks like. Oh, and now you get Dark Pulse of some kind, but its placeholder is Dragon Pulse, so I assume it's Dark Pulse. Paz Mental. I'm not sure what that is. Scary face? No, that can't be right. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. You're terrorizing people with Umbri. No. Wasn't Absol bad enough? It's definitely not Absol damage. Going in with Night Slash and then using Dark Pulse looks like it's going to be interesting, though. Thunder has confirmed that it is Dark Pulse, so that's what I will call it. Enemy Umbreon. The animation definitely isn't done yet. Yeah, the boosted definitely is going by really fast, but without like any effects or anything on it. So I think it's safe to say that is also not done. I didn't see what their ult was. I seriously doubt that it's Fairy Frolic from Sylveon. So that's definitely a placeholder. Well, let's see if we can get him to use it again. Damage looks pretty average. Movimiento Unite. It's interesting that they have a damage move that they can use while moving. Very Eevee of it. Dark Pulse is a very Eevee move. Okay, so their Unite move is basically Sylveon's Fairy Frolic. I understand why they use that as placeholder. But it crits for 2,000. Oh boy. It does not crit, it just hits. It hits for 2,000. It would be 2,000 if it wasn't a defender. Oh boy. That's rough. Or at least it would be close to 2,000. Oh boy. See, Getty. Winning all crit. Oh no. Free my boy Decidueye, he don't deserve this. He kinda does deserve this, let's be real. As a Decidueye main, Razor Leaf is not fair. That is not a fair move. It's just that he gets one shot, so it's okay. No one's gonna complain about it, right? No one's gonna play Decidueye in like actual tournament competitive unless they have like 2 defenders and a support. It's not the rule, it's just the rule of nature. It's just the way, it's the circle of life. Alright, I guess we're going into the second game now! Look at the tiny little Swift with no soundbite whatsoever. Pew 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 pew. It's just Glaceons. It's not Glaceons, it's just Sylveons, but you don't have to aim it. It's little tiny Swifts. Pew pew pew. So cute. Oh, that's weird. They use a comma for the decimal. They use a comma for the decimals in this. Is that like a leak thing? Is that because he's using like weird software? Or is that a Spanish thing? That looks weird. Why? Alright. Let's get a look at the other movesets real quick here. A lot of damage in basic attacks in this one. So we've got Shadow Ball. Interesting. Shadow Ball is a sure hit because I guess Gengar's was too hard to hit. You know, half a screen of range and a character and a half of width was just not enough. So it marks a character, and it looks like you do the same amount of damage to it, I think. So now Vespiquen is marked, and it produces a little shadow area around them. But that doesn't seem to mark other people. I'm not entirely sure what that does. We're gonna need a description on that one. Yeah, Eevee is not marked, but Ralts is. I'm not entirely sure what that does. It looks like it might increase your defense while you're on it. Maybe? I can't tell. Doesn't seem like you do any more damage. Alright, now we have Safeguard Blissey for some reason. Velo Sagrado. Velo Sagrado. I don't think that's Velo. Shouldn't be. Or it blinds? Maybe. Wins or both. If it makes an area you can't escape, that's kind of busted. Oh, you can't escape it! Ralts tried to leave it and they couldn't. Oh, that's so mean. That's so mean. Yeah, the bees can't leave it. Oh, that's so mean. That's so rough if you're in a bush and you use that. Oh no. So Unite move, just use that so they can't leave it. You use your ult so that they can't dodge it. You missed. So that is it. It looks like it's just the damage, and it looks like ult doesn't really give anything else. Unless it gives like increased crit chance or something. What's the safeguard do? It's a heal. You heal? What? Why? Why does it heal you? What the heck? It makes your attacks heal you. That's so weird. What a random bit of sustainability. But I guess all the EVs have to be sustainable for some reason. Yeah, Glaceon's model looks weird in this. It's definitely whatever software he's using. The models don't work right. The models definitely don't look right. Also different sizes. Glaceon is smaller than Umbreon. Azumarill also looks small. Yeah, so the models in this definitely are not accurate to size or resolution. So Goodra might be bigger. Maybe. This definitely happened with another Pokemon, I just can't remember which one. I think it was Buzzswole who looked really small for some reason. It's Wish. It heals yourself or an ally. Wild. Well, Decidueye doesn't get to have fun with this character either. Where's the Decidueye love? What is this? Oh yeah, you can set Wish onto another character and it heals them. Wild. Not sure why you put that on the Dark type. That's melee. I guess so you could sustain in battle, but it's an attacker, not an all-rounder. Why? Then again, who am I kidding? All the EVs are basically all-rounders anyway. They're attacker in pretty much name only and damage output only. This is weird. You cannot leave this bush. You're mine. Oh, if you hit them from the back, you get a... Is that a boosted or just a special hit? Do you just get constant boosteds after you ult? No, it's not after you ult. Unstoppable. Why were you unstoppable? Was that Wish? No, it wasn't Wish either. Passive? Oh, I think that's passive. I think they're passive procced when they were stunned. It makes you unstoppable. That's rough. Is that unstoppable or is that hindrance resistant? It looks like you were slower. Yeah, you were definitely slower, so it's hindrance resistant, not unstoppable. That's probably why the cooldown is so short on it. You become hindrance resistant for a short time. Okay. Oh, it's gone. If I do what? Huh? In the area of Shadow Ball, it's infinite boosted? What the heck is this? What? Okay. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Shadow Ball is very dangerous with Scope Lens Rapid Scarf. Scope Lens Rapid Scarf feels like a good Shadow Ball build. And what was the other one? It was Night Slash. Probably pretty good with that one too, because I bet it could crit. That's rough. That's such a rough chase tool for anything that doesn't have a dash. It's reverse gravity. I feel like their walk animation probably isn't quite done yet. Yeah, I feel like you really need a Rapid Scarf if you're going to use Shadow Ball. Night Slash Dark Pulse. That doesn't really benefit from boosteds at all. But they are so short that you can really just kind of use it anyway. I don't know, I feel like Scope Lens Rapid Scarf is probably going to be good on this character. While you're at it, might as well throw on a Razor Claw. Maybe a Focus Sash, honestly. With the healing of Wish, maybe. You think Faint Cinder can avoid that? Avoid which part? Looks like they just have placeholder Charizard passive right now. Icons. Shadow Ball? I don't think they can get out of it. I don't think they can get out of the area. I bet they can dodge the Shadow Ball. Like the projectile, I bet they can dodge it. That is some wild... Those are some wild new characters. It's a real shame that it's going to be really not hype when they release because they're gems for a week. Man, that really looks kind of cool, though. I like. Very much like. Oh, and it looks like Zacian is free. Sheesh. I'm not gonna watch all of the videos on it. I will watch this though. And this. And it looks like that's the end of it. Yeah, and this. There's a couple of videos that Pokemon Unite came out with, and it looks like there's some other leaks that have not been shown yet. Ugh. Let's see what Pokemon Unite has to say about this stuff.
Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Me, I smacked my microphone right up top. Yeehaw! Like I said,
This isn't
there's
working.
So much
Something's
happening.
wrong.
I'm gonna have a ton of videos here today, and then the PTS is gonna update. I'm gonna have more videos. Hello everybody, Jake,
There we go. It
resident
works.
content cowboy here. Me, I smacked
Fixed
my
it.
microphone right up top.
Stream over? Not yet.
Like I said,
I'm also
there's
gonna
so much
do a little
happening.
bit. I'm
have a
gonna do my
ton of
dailies
videos
on
here
stream
today,
after
and then
this.
the PTS is gonna update. I'm gonna have more videos once that updates tomorrow.
Boss
Talk
Rush will
about
feature
this. Boss
Zacian.
Rush mode is coming back, and we know a little bit about Zacian's moves, and I think it's pretty clear that Zacian will be free. Just like Mew or Hoopa, this Pokemon is going to be free. It looks like you will unlock it through playing. I will talk more about this here in a sec. Let's go through every little piece of information that we have from El Chico Eevee. It's just little, it's just little crumbs. It's little crumbs. First, we have this new image of Boss Rush right here.
Oh
we
boy.
can see the old bosses are still in there, and it looks.
So is. You guys can see it. Okay. So is Zacian gonna be Boss Rush boss? Or are they gonna be a character? Because this suggests that they're just part of the Boss Rush instead of Regigigas. But I could also imagine them just confusing us with these effects here to say that Zacian will just be like the Pokemon you want to use against the bosses, but maybe they'll just be the boss.
Regis are now going to hop in, so we probably won't see Zapdos or Articuno anymore. We'll have a cycling of one of the Regis, and then finally you will go up against
changes in
Zacian.
PTS Pass,
Yes,
both
just
playable
to be clear,
and as a boss.
Zacian
So
will be
both.
a
That's
playable
weird.
Pokemon inside of Pokemon Unite, but it looks to be the boss of the Boss Rush mode as well. I actually
Weird.
really loved that mode when it first came out, so I'm happy.
That's super weird, because that is... Well, I mean, who am I kidding? Pokemon has already confirmed that there are multiples of each legendary, but having two versions of a box legendary just there is really weird. If anything, I would have thought that Zamazenta would be the boss, but whatever.
To have it back inside the game. It's possible that this will be part of what you have to do to unlock Zacian, which we'll talk about here.
Oh, maybe. That would make sense. Oh, dang. There he is.
Inside of this Boss Rush arena. This is going to be a bigger Zacian than what I assume is in the game, unless you're walking around like this massive Pokemon. I don't think that's likely, but you know what? If that was playable, like, let's freaking go. I can't wait. Put a big sword in that dog's mouth and let's fight. So here's just a quick image of what Boss Rush mode is going to look like with this Pokemon in it. Let's talk more about Zacian. We actually have some information.
Seal, the sword dog from Dark Souls.
Let's go through this together because it's kind of wild. So if the goal scoring button is held down, the Pokemon
He's big.
ability has its sword charge.
He's huge.
And for a short time, its basic attacks become boosted. In addition, during the effect duration, the Pokemon can use a boosted version of its moves once. So it's almost using Eos
Dog.
energy that you pick up on the ground
What
to
the
make its
dog
moves
doing?
more powerful. I don't know if the more Eos energy you have, the stronger it is. Let's keep going. The longer the goal scoring button is held down, the more Eos energy is charged into the sword, lengthening the duration of the boost effect on basic attacks and moves. So maybe it's not that you'll do more damage, but you'll have a longer, if you've got 50 Eos energy, you'll have a longer duration for this power. The
Yeah.
ability goes on cooldown after trigger. Boosted basic attacks have an increased area of effect and deal additional damage proportional
So this is an attack weight Pokemon, is what I heard. What I heard is that this Pokemon with an attack weight will just kill you.
to the opposing Pokemon's HP, so we have max HP damage that comes off of your boosted attacks when you use this. When this Pokemon knocks out or assists in knocking out a Pokemon on the opposing team, that Pokemon will drop more Eos energy than it normally would. So this is a weird Pokemon because you can't, well, you could stack on it, right? Of course, but at the same time, I don't know if you're going to want to stack on it because the more Eos energy you have, you could have a longer duration of kind of these increased moves and boosted basic
Puppy.
attacks, which would be pretty wild. We also have right here, if basic attacks are performed consecutively within a set time, the effects of the second and subsequent basic attack stages will change as described below. When the Pokemon's using a move, the set timer is extended. So it sounds like we're setting up sort of a situation where you're going to want to combo and move through this, kind of keep these attacks going. Stage 2, you deal damage to opposing Pokemon and you decrease their movement speed. Stage 3, the user deals damage to opposing Pokemon and restores HP. And then stage 4, the user quickly draws near an opposing Pokemon, so a massive dash probably, and deals damage to it. All of the user's moves cooldowns are reduced. So you're stacking up this little combo of getting stronger, decreasing movement speed, recovering some HP, big dash, and you reset your move cooldowns, which is going to be pretty exciting to see exactly how this is going to play out inside the game. Obviously, everyone's been talking about how Zacian is kind of broken in everything that it's being put into, so I would not be surprised if this comes to Pokemon Unite, and it's very, very strong. We also have what Zacian's Unite move is going to be called Sovereign Sword. They don't often use what's actually inside of a game of Pokemon for these moves. They're kind of their own special Unite move. So
Well, what they are is they're an excuse to have the move not function at all like it does in the game. That's why. Right? With normal moves, it makes sense, because, just like, you can have two Pokemon use Razor Leaf that use it totally different, and it's nowhere, and it's, it's not how the other does it, but they can still both use it, right? Like Iron Tail, Pikachu can use Iron Tail, but they just have a flimsy little normal tail. They just really tighten the muscles in it using electricity. It makes it as hard as steel. As opposed to something like Onyx, which literally just hits you with a pile of rocks. Or Steelix, which just hits you with a pile of metal. Totally different moves, even though it's the same technic move. It's more of just a way of the Pokemon universe classifying how different Pokemon attack in a way that makes sense relative to other Pokemon. Because let's be honest, they're discovering new Pokemon like every year. They've got to standardize this, or they're never gonna understand anything about a Pokemon. Right, but with the Unite moves, they're signature moves. Only one Pokemon knows them, or like maybe 2 or 3 know them ever. Right, so they all use them the exact same way. So they kind of fudge the name a bit. Copy your homework, but don't make it obvious. Right.
So it's not Behemoth Blade, it is Sovereign Sword, and who knows exactly how that's going to work. Hopefully we'll find out some more information soon, but that is Zacian's Unite move. Now on to how you probably unlock this Pokemon. So this is the event that I have to assume will unlock
Special gifts by starting an adventure in Zacian's
Wield.
Wield.
Text right here, so while this is happening,
When you log in, you can obtain up to 0 adventure dice a day. That's going to change. That's a placeholder number. You can roll an adventure die to advance the same number of squares as the number rolled. Excuse me. When you land on a square, you will encounter a random Pokemon, in addition to being able to obtain a limited license and rental holowear for that Pokemon. Ooh, interesting. You'll unlock that square's adventure mission. You cannot roll your next adventure die until you have completed the adventure mission for the square you are on. When you complete your first adventure, you can obtain a limited license for... When your second adventure onwards, the trail will change into a circle. Each time you pass the goal square, you will obtain a completion reward for completing that lap, and then a new adventure will start. So they have a tutorial board, and then you just get infinity. Landing on a bonus square will allow you to advance further by the number of squares shown on the bonus square. You can earn adventure achievements by meeting certain conditions. The maximum number of adventure dice you can obtain during the event is 1. I assume that's placeholder.
I'm going to have some Pokemon above me doing Pokemon things if you don't want to see a bunch of text. But I'm keeping the text here in case you want to read along.
Well, I did. I have accidentally mirrored it. We fixed
really
it.
Set up for everybody to enjoy.
I don't like the new controls that Google released for MP4s, or whoever makes MP4s released. I hate it. I hate the new controls. You want to know why? If you press N, next video. It's the most annoying shortcut I have ever seen. Infuriating. If you ever try and hit space and you miss, you just sent to a different video entirely, and I hate that.
A bunch about this adventure mode. Okay, here we go.
It's only like a couple seconds of inconvenience, but it's such an unnecessary inconvenience. You want to know why? Because the shortcut used to be Shift N, which was very convenient and intuitive.
You can roll an adventure die to advance.
And you could do Shift P for previous. Now there's just no previous shortcut. I've tried every button and every combination on the keyboard. There's no previous anymore, and next doesn't use Shift anymore, so it just can happen by accident. It's the worst. The worst change.
This sounds like a really cool way to do this event. So, when you land on a square, you will encounter a random Pokemon, in addition to being able to obtain a license for it, or rental hollowware, and rental hollowware for that Pokemon. You also unlock that square's adventure mission. You can roll your next, you cannot roll your next adventure die until you've completed the adventure mission for the square you are on. I don't know what the adventure mission is going to be. I don't know if it's win a ranked match with this Pokemon. I don't know if it's do a certain amount of healing. I don't know if it's play a quick battle. I have no idea exactly how it's going to go. When you complete your first adventure, you obtain a limited license for blank. From your second adventure onwards, the trail will change into a circle. So, I'm not sure exactly what you're going to obtain a limited license for, but it definitely could be Zacian that you get the limited license for. And then once you...
I imagine it's for whatever Pokemon you fight on that space.
You unlock the Pokemon. I have to assume there's going to be a way to unlock Zacian for free through this mode. Again, very similar to Mew, very similar to Hoopa, who also released Hoopa did on Pokemon Day. Each time you pass the goal, you will obtain a completion reward for completing that lap, and a new adventure will start. So maybe you do a certain amount of laps, that's how you unlock it. Landing on a bonus square will allow you to advance further by the number of squares shown on the bonus square. You can earn adventure achievements by meeting certain conditions. Love it. And the maximum number of adventure dice you can obtain during this event is, it's in the brackets 1. I don't know exactly how that works, but you could obtain a lot, obviously, as you continue this. This has to be how this Pokemon is unlocked. I assume there's probably something you could literally buy a bunch of adventure dice. They're like, hey, give us $10, buy adventure dice, and all of a sudden you get to unlock Zacian. But for everyone
distinctly likely
to grind it out free to play, you should be able to unlock this Pokemon for free. I'm like 99% sure this is what they are setting up with that mode, and it really sounds fun to have different little quests.
Man, I want so many of the new Pokemon.
You complete that quest and you can move forward. I think that's a really exciting way to do this, and it'll also possibly get people.
I just really wish they weren't for gems for a week. That's so annoying.
So they'll be able to get a quest that says play as a speedster in a quick match or something like that, and then you get to actually do something that you wouldn't expect, or play boss rush and complete it or something. I think that would be a really cool way to do this, but without question, this reads to me like you are going to unlock Zacian through this, for sure. Also, I should mention, it looks like Legacy Trainer Showdown is coming back.
Oh, no way! And we're getting Cynthia's background. Let's go!
Cynthia is the star of this one instead of Leon, so Cynthia is going to be the main one. Maybe we'll be able to unlock her outfit and a pose from her, which would...
Let's hope Raihan is less useless this time.
Be really cool. I know a lot of people really love Cynthia. They say Phil is the Garchomp King, but if Phil's the Garchomp King, then this is the Garchomp Queen, and I think people would be really, really stoked to play through this. I also really love this mode. I think a few of these modes they've really nailed. Some of them feel like they fall off a little harder than others, but I found that the Legacy Trainer...
Both Fury and Legacy Trainer are definitely the best modes in the game by far. Catch 'em All is pretty fun, though. I would probably order them in that order. Full Fury, Legacy Trainer, Catch 'em All, I think are the best modes in the game. I do like Pika Party though, but that's a very bad mode. It's a very bad mode that I love a lot. Nerf Leo. Boss Rush is the most superior. It's so repetitive though. Like it's a really cool mode if you needed to play it like a tenth as much as you do. But in order to get any of the good stickers, you have to play it day in, day out for like a month. It sucks. It forces you to get sick of it. You know? That sucks. It's fun. Everything's fun in moderation, but gosh dang. Boss Rush is too much. You ever get sick of it? I never got sick of it, but it's like, I don't really want it back. It's like, I've had enough, and I'm not, I haven't recovered yet. It's so much. You have to play it so much. It'll probably be more fun now, though, because we have more Pokemon. I think there'll be more strats that are interesting, rather than just spam special attackers at it. Hopefully it'll also be a little bit more balanced around not just lowering their defenses to 0, and just one-shotting them with Espeon. It'd be great if that wasn't the strat anymore.
Trainer Showdown was really, really fun, and so was Boss Rush. Boss Rush. I'd love to hear.
And even then, I would still call Boss Rush only above Catch 'em All. I'd still love Full Fury infinitely more. It's so much fun. Full Fury is the one that I get to have a bad opinion on, just loving it to death. That's the one I get to have the bad opinion for. There's a friend of mine. Go watch them. They're really good.
Will actually not be unlocked through the adventure mode. I'm pretty sure that it will. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As soon as more is coming, I will bring it to you. Love you. See y'all next time.
Now when you have Mammal constantly ice fanging you, that's fine. Wild charge him right back. I will power up punch until you die. I am unstoppable always. What's that? You wanted to play the game? Volt Switch Pikachu. Volt Tackle Pikachu. You don't get to play the game. Sorry, you wanted Ice Fang? Have some Infinite Leaf Storm Razor Leaf. Ice Fang this, old hag. That was last meta. Get with the times. Boss Rush, Legacy Trainer, Full Fury. I think most people probably rank it like that. I think that's probably the most common opinion. I think Legacy Trainer is probably the most well-responded quick mode that they have ever released. And Boss Rush was obviously like a special mode. It wasn't a quick mode. But considering how much some people played it, it's probably safe to say even if it wasn't the favorite, it was played the most. Infinite Icy Wind? That's barely different from normal Icy Wind. You only need 5 to wipe a team anyway.
Welcome back, trainers, to the second season of Pokemon Unite. Much has happened
What do we
since
got
the
here?
competition kicked off last year, leading us to crowning our first ever Pokemon Unite champions in London. But that was just the beginning. 2023 has even more in store for players and fans alike. Let's take a look at this season and see how players will climb their way to the World Championships in Yokohama, Japan, and compete for a piece of the $500,000 prize pool. The 2023 season is composed of monthly cups, the Aos Cup, and the regional finals. At the end is, of course, the World Championships.
Whoa!
Teams can qualify for a World's Invite by earning the most championship points in their region or by winning their regional finals. Championship points, or CP for short, can be earned throughout the season from February to June. During each monthly cup, eligible eligible players can enter the double elimination open qualifiers for a chance to get some CP.
Wow.
8 teams will make it to the monthly finals the following week. At the AOS Cup, the stakes will be raised in this mid-season event.
Hopefully it'll be
Top
better
teams
than the
will
last
be
one.
organized into groups for a round-robin competition before squaring off in a double elimination bracket to the finals. Competition is in abundance here, as the best teams are pitted against each other for even more CP than in the monthly cups.
I like how they said
Even
double
more
elimination and then showed a single elimination bracket. But to be fair, there wasn't exactly a lot of room.
finals. Competition is in
But it's pretty funny.
abundance here, as the best teams are pitted against each other.
Oh, did they show? No, they did not. Whoops. Okay. I thought they used one of these trainers for the double elimination. I was like, oh, they got eliminated twice. No, they did not. That'd have been clever though.
Here, as the best teams are pitted against each other.
Oh, they did show them losing twice though. They did show a losers. So they did actually do it right.
Than in the monthly cups. To
It's
make
just
it
subtle.
More exciting, top finishers will also be going home with a share of their region's $25,000 prize pool.
Look at that.
Towards the end of the season,
Wow.
teams will have one last shot at qualifying for the World Championships. This opportunity opens up with the regional finals. The regional finals consist of grouped round-robin competition, with the top teams entering a double elimination bracket.
Sounds
The
familiar.
winning team from each regional finals will represent their region at Worlds with a guaranteed slot. There's also a $50,000 prize pool per region.
Whoa!
So expect some of the fiercest matches to
They're
happen
throwing some money at this
all
game
along.
for how rarely they update
Can't
it.
wait to see how the season shapes up. Which teams will make it to the World Championships? Will we see some favorites from last year once again? Follow along to catch the results in this year's season of Pokemon Unite.
That's pretty dope. The worst initials to give that currency? CP? Why? You know what? I don't want to know.
I didn't think I was going to make another video on leaks so soon, but we have some more.
Was this
leaks,
about
and we
Blaziken?
are getting really spoiled, aren't
What
we?
did you say? Let's go.
Trainers, I'm Tees. How's it
YouTube is
going?
losing its
As you can see,
mind.
he has shared some new info and leaks with us, and we're going
I
to
haven't
go
dropped any
through all
frames,
of
so
them
it's
in this
definitely
video.
YouTube.
I'm going to summarize all the leaks that we have in the past 2 days from El Chico Eevee, and it's pretty crazy. As always, a disclaimer: take all leaks with a grain of salt until officially announced by Pokemon Unite themselves, as things can change until officially released. And huge shout out to El Chico Eevee for sharing this information. Starting off with this tweet from El Chico Eevee: maybe I will have to change a bit of my info. There's not only 2 defenders coming, soon there's 3.
No.
Which is huge. In my previous video about leaks, I talked about this tweet that was quickly deleted from El Chico Eevee that revealed the next 5 roles coming to Pokemon Unite. These colored circles seem to represent a role each. So we have All-Rounder, Defender, Attacker, and then All-Rounder.
So what we've learned is that we're getting Zacian as the all-rounder. Then we're getting, probably in the order, Goodra, Lapras, Umbreon. Umbreon is a defender, apparently, and then we're getting another all-rounder, which we don't know what it is yet.
I think Zacian, who was our leaked Pokemon for Pokemon Day, is the next all-rounder, who I am so
Is
excited
Umbreon
to
a
try
defender?
Pokemon Unite.
Weird.
But now, El Chico Eevee says there are 3 defenders, and I wonder how it fits into this. Like, does it replace a role, or is it going to just, like, snug in there? I have no idea.
I love the
That's a
Hisui and
question for
Goodra.
day trainers.
Also, can I say, like, as much as I like Hisui and Goodra, I'm very glad we got normal Goodra for this. Cantonian, I think, is technically the word.
What Pokemon would you like to see as a defender? Let me know in the comments down below. We have a few Pokemon that could fit into this defender role. That we
I'm
haven't
running low on
seen.
Pokemon I
El
like,
Chico
bro.
Eevee
They've
has
added so
listed
many that I
here.
enjoy.
If I am right, the next pseudo-legendary to join the game will be Goodra. I think
Yes.
Goodra is likely to be one of our defenders if it comes to the game. I have another video here where I received some more leaks from an anonymous leaker.
I don't want
It seems
Primarina as a
that if
defender.
this mystery Pokemon is
I feel
a
like they'd be better as an
defender, it
attacker.
must be a water type.
Maybe
If you'd like to see me
support,
dive
but
more into that
I don't
leak,
know.
The link will be down below. But for now, we have this leak from our anonymous leaker where it shows that this Pokemon is a water type. I don't know if it's the next defender, but I just know that it's a water type most likely. Chico Eevee also tweets that the Pokemon is a rideable type and tweets a gif of Mantine, which can match with the info
Lapras.
we have so far. A water type, and it is rideable. A couple I can think
Good
of
misdirect
Mantine
by
and
them, though.
Lapras, who
That was a
both
very good
have a
misdirect
defender
picture.
role and a rideable water type Pokemon. For the third possible defender, I don't think we have any info on who that could be yet.
It's just because he is an
Eevee,
EV, so he put an EV picture. That's all it was.
But all in all,
But it was a
I'm
very
happy
good
the defender drought will be
misdirect.
over and
Very
we're finally
good.
getting some defenders in the game. It seems like a lot at the same time too. Okay, moving on to the next bit of info that I have.
Ugh.
Chico Eevee also tweets this GIF, which left a lot of the community super excited.
Little buddy.
And it is a GIF of Torchic.
Little Kentucky
Chico
Fried
Eevee
buddy.
quote tweets this GIF with soon TM, but not so soon at the same time. We'll take
Oh,
a
so
look
is this
at
the
what
fifth
we
all-rounder
will
then?
see. It is very vague, so it doesn't exactly
So that's
confirm anything about
Blaziken is probably
Blaziken,
the fifth
but it makes you
all-rounder.
wonder if it could be about Blaziken, as it is a GIF of Torchic. Blaziken was fake leaked a long time ago, just something that got really popular from the Facebook community, I think, because
Yeah.
on my Facebook page, they got 3 of the next Pokemon right out of pure luck. I think one of them was Serena. If you remember that time, it was around that time.
Decidueye,
Blaziken was
Serena,
one of the Pokemon
Dragonite.
on this list as well, and this led to the community believing Blaziken was coming. Unfortunately, it didn't.
No, it was more so we were
Really
just
sad
hoping
we
that
were hyped
Blaziken
for
was
it,
coming
but
more than
maybe there's a
anything.
glimmer of hope that Blaziken could be coming for real this time. However, because I don't want anyone's hearts to be broken, this GIF could be related to something else. It could be related to Blaziken, but it could also be completely unrelated. Not everything our Chico Eevee tweets are very direct like this. It could mean that the Pokemon can be a fire type or a bird or something like that. So I'm going to take this one lightly for now, but I'd love to see Blaziken in the game. If we had Blaziken, it means it would have Torchic, who I absolutely adore, and Combusken. I feel that Blaziken would be a
Combusken!
rounder if it did come to Pokemon Unite, which would be really sick and would fit that last role that we have, which is an all-rounder. What do you think, trainers? You still
Yeah, that
want
would
to
be a
see
pretty
Blaziken
good
Unite? I know a lot of
trio.
people hyped in the
Who would
comments.
Blaziken
Back in the
trio
day,
with in
are
our
we still
current
having that hype
all-rounder
for
list?
Blaziken? Chico Eevee also replied to a question where they asked what do they think about the current leaks that Chico Eevee has. Chico Eevee responds, 3 of them will be fan favorites, which is insanely exciting and it kind of makes me
Well,
hope
Lapras
Blaziken
is
will be more
one.
because
Umbreon
it
is
a fan
another.
favorite, but it really could
Maybe
be
would
anything.
Gudra be the other?
This
Is
makes
Gudra a fan
Blaziken
favorite?
somewhat really
People do like
popular
Gudra
and
quite a
makes me
bit.
think of my list that I made a while ago, which now has a lot of the Pokemon from that list in the game as well. He also shares that he thinks Zacian will not be
Zacian?
available
No,
in the
Zacian is not a
PTS,
fan
but
favorite.
there
People
will be
hate
2
that.
other unknown Pokemon that we
I think
can
one will
catch.
be really loved. That's
As soon as I have
Umbreon.
access, I will
Almost
let you guys know who
assuredly.
they are and what they do. But Chico Eevee thinks that one of these Pokemon coming to the PTS will be really loved. I think one will be Gudra, and the other may be a water-type defender.
Lapras.
Chico Eevee has recently done a Q&A as well and has some really interesting
That's
answers
Umbreon.
to these questions that were asked.
Blaziken's probably
especially
the other
as there
fan
are any
favorite.
Saturn mons being added.
Gudra's popular, but I
Chico
don't think
Eevee
they're more
responds,
popular
"We
than
have
Blaziken.
Inteleon FX, so I think we might see Inteleon, and I hope it comes with more starters.
Inteleon is also
than
definitely
Blaziken.
not a fan favorite.
I
People really didn't
definitely
like
think Pokemon
Inteleon
Unite
at
will
all.
release more starters for sure.
To be fair, its design is lackluster.
Being found. I only had
It's kind of
one that
just
says that
generic,
Inteleon may
slim,
possibly be
human,
coming, but I didn't know
but
why.
with lizard
But
face.
now it tells us that there is actually some more
And
concrete leak.
Instead of a
Inteleon
sniper, they
that
just
is
use a
an
finger gun,
FX
which is
in the
incredibly
Dynamite files.
disappointing.
I definitely
Because they
think
could have
this
just
is
had a
Google
water
Defender,
rifle,
and
or a
Defender is our
harpoon,
resident sniper.
or
It'd be cool
just
to
a
see how
spear of
Defender
water. It
do
could have been
it.
anything, and they
Seeing
went
why
with
most
finger
rounds still
guns.
really struggle, I wonder how
Frickin'
they will
old
be
men
in the
working on
game
this
with their
game, I
cyber
swear.
moves. Chico Eevee has also shared this image of all the current female Pokemon according to Unite, and some of you have been saying
Frickin'
that to
finger
me asking
gun.
these are the leaked Pokemon. As far as I understand, Pokemon Unite has all the names of the Pokemon in their files with their genders, and it is not supposed to be taken as a leak that this Pokemon is coming to the game. Chico Eevee has shared the pastebin with all the Pokemon
Weird.
in it as well. It is very exciting knowing
Torracat,
that all the Pokemon
female.
in the game are just like I guess,
Brionne,
kind of there
female.
in the files. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to mean much for what leaks we will get. So I just wanted to clarify that because
Oh, there's a
I'm
new
very
costume.
excited, and I'm just sorry that
The sweet set.
don't think
There's a
it's
sweet set for
come
Valentine's in
released
Unite,
yet,
and it
so
costs like
hopefully
$20
there
for
is
some
more
reason.
concrete evidence
I don't
of it.
understand the
The
monetization of
last
this
thing I
game.
will say about all of this is that we have 3 Pokemon who are
Whatever you
starters
say, man.
that could could be
If
possibly
it's making you
coming.
money, go for it, I guess.
Some of them are pretty weak, so it's
Like how
likely that the
Cinderace
trait
was
is
a
the
generic
strongest,
slim human with a
and
rabbit
it's one
face. Pretty
down.
much.
Blaziken is just based on the gift there. It could mean nothing. And then in my previous video, we have Primarina, who could be coming as well.
Except they were
based on
about
the
one of
leaks
the
we
most
had
popular sports
previously,
on the planet, and they played it
fits in
normally, as opposed to
perfectly
with
well
finger
things,
guns.
but it doesn't line up with the roles, in my opinion. So, I don't know. But it's really interesting to talk about 3 starter
Cinderace didn't
Pokemon
use its
successfully
hands.
coming to the game. I
It
thought
just
that
was
really
a soccer
cool.
player.
I feel like
Period.
Italian's the most likely one out of the 3 though. In a nutshell, it seems that we may be having Goodra coming to the game, most likely. Zacian will be coming to the game for sure, I believe. We have a water-type defender, I think, that is possibly leaked. And then we just have a bunch of other Pokemon that we have no information
Grookey
about.
was
It tells
generic
about
gym bro
X as
drummer.
well, so there's that. And El Chico Eevee has mentioned in the past
Not
that
Grookey.
we
What's
have
the final
Tropius,
one?
I think that's how you say it,
Rillaboom.
and Chandelure, which is just a very, very soft leak. I don't know the evidence of that leak at all. From a tweet that
Soft
passed,
leak.
they said that these Pokemon could be coming, so that is
Could
something to keep in
be.
mind as well.
Maybe.
Which makes a lot of
If you
sense
try hard
because
enough.
I think Chandelure is
Yay,
very, very
Comfey
light.
is coins
Maybe
now.
that. I don't know. If you haven't seen those leaks, they will be linked right here for you, as well as a video of my list where I have predicted so many of the Pokemon coming to Pokemon
Yeah, there's
Unite
not really any
already
water all
in the
around
game.
us,
I
is
think
there?
more than 50% of that list is now in the game. So if you want to
Yeah.
check if your Pokemon is
There's really
likely
no
to be
all-rounder
coming,
trio,
feel
like
free
there
to
is
watch
an
that video
attacker
as well.
trio.
Okay, thank you so much for watching, Traders. Like the video if you enjoyed this. Comment down below what defender you would like to see, and I can't wait to catch you for the next one. Bye.
Comfey moves. Comfey. Support 5. If you say so. I don't believe you. What is this quality? Why did it go down in quality? Come on now. Offense is 2. Endurance is 2.5. My foot! Endurance is 2.5. Mobility is 3.5! Are you sure? Not when it doesn't have an ally around, it's not. I swear you're supposed to look at the black versions. I swear. I swear it's inverted. Stats are useless. They do not give you a lot of time, unlike El Chico Eevee. Gains 4 when it enters tall grass specifically. Ooh, numbers. Up to 8. Synthesis for healing or sweet kiss. Flowers are consumed. Effects are boosted. One's movement speed increases when near an ally Pokemon with half HP or less. Interesting. Attach itself when it uses Synthesis. Swelling, not affected by attach and gradually recovers HP. Very slowly. Ally Pokemon, this Pokemon is attached to gains more ES energy than the maximum can hold. This Pokemon takes the excess. The ally Pokemon, this Pokemon is attached to scores of gold. The Pokemon scores the same amount. So it scored exactly... Oh no, it did overdunk it by 10. I swear it didn't used to do that. That's weird. It overdunked by 10. I wonder if that was a bug and they fixed it. Huh. Oil healing. Magical leaf. That's wild. Oh, it charges faster when you have more leaves. Oh no, it doesn't. They were just closer. What an unnecessary ult. Also, I like how they had to make these characters level 4, otherwise Comfey would have done nothing. They had to make the examples level 4. It's not even close. The last Zera was level 15. These are level 4. They had to make them level 4 to display its usefulness, otherwise it would have done nothing. Grassnot does like 500 to level 4 enemies. Grassnot is not for the damage. It is there for the stun and nothing else. It's pizzazz, Marvelous. They have to make Comfey look good. It's pizzazz. Certainly wasn't doing anything else of use. This is the Gudra video already. So I think that's... What was this video? Can't remember. Oh, it's just Lapras's moves. We already have a pretty good idea of what these do. I'll just skim through it. Shell Armor takes damage from a single attack that exceeds a set percentage of its max HP. That damage will be reduced. Okay, so it can't be like one shot. So it's slightly less one shot by Dark Urshifu. Black Bear. Comes a boosted attack with every third. Launching a blast of water. Deals damage and restores user's HP. Whirlpool. Why does the quality just decide to dip halfway through? I don't understand. Create a Whirlpool center on itself that lasts for a short time, dealing damage over time to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. Time between hits is shorter the farther the Pokemon are from the Whirlpool center. Okay, so it hits more on the edge. That's interesting. Water Pulse. That's the upgraded version. This is the other one. Has the user release a pulse of water centered on itself, spreads out, dealing damage and decreasing movement speed for each opposing Pokemon hit by a pulse. An additional pulse will be released the next time the move is used, up to 2 extra pulses. So you want to hit at least 2 people. And you don't want to use it for no reason and miss. After the first pulse after activating this move hits an opposing Pokemon, the next basic attack becomes a boosted. Up to 3 additional pulses can be released later, so you want to hit at least 3 Pokemon. A little confusing. Perish Song. Hearing melody, the echoes, dealing damage 3 times consecutively. Hit all 3 times, take additional damage. Oh no, I did not realize that. Opposing Pokemon that take this additional damage will be knocked out if their HP falls below a set percentage. Oh no. Upgrade. Next basic attack is a boosted. Random. Ice Shard. Kill chunks of ice, dealing damage, leaving them frozen. This move hits an opposing Pokemon that's frozen, it deals damage and shoves it. So that's a really good combo with Mamo. And Ninetales. Great, now we've got 3 ice types. Luckily, this move gets deleted later. So it's a good lane with Ninetales, but it doesn't stick around. Grants the user a shield, it is Bubble Beam, and has the user spray bubbles in the designated direction, dealing damage. After the bubbles fly a distance, they slowly float. Opposing Pokemon hit by a floating bubble are enveloped and unable to act. Strengthens the effect of the shield granted by this move. Interesting. Ice Beam. As the user unleash an icy cold beam of energy in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits and freezing the ground. Opposing Pokemon on the frozen ground take DOT and have their movement slowed. They become frozen if they're on the ground for too long. When the user is on frozen ground, movement speed is increased. Increased length of time opposing Pokemon are frozen. And we have Lapras Express. I love it. I wonder if we're gonna get Pelipper. Has the user ride a wave quickly and continuously forward. The user's movement speed increases while riding, but decreases if the user hits an obstacle because it has tank controls. Interesting. If the user hits an opposing Pokemon, the user stops in place, dealing damage to and throwing the opposing Pokemon. While the user is riding the wave, one nearby ally Pokemon of the user's choice can ride on its back. This move is used again. The user stops and launches a wave that continues moving forward. So does that mean that you can hit and throw the opposing Pokemon and then send the wave? Not sure. I only saw them just use the wave. Dealing damage and throwing them. Allied Pokemon riding on the user's back can dismount whenever they choose so that you can't be griefed with it. And that's it. Alright. That is all that I wanted to see today. Shout out my friend here, streaming some Metroid Prime. They stream on YouTube now. Help them with the Switch. Give them some viewers. Let YouTube know that they're go up and coming. While I set up Unite
Got it.
and go to the bathroom real quick.
That makes that a perfect Flagra. Very cool.
Shoutouts to you. Get out of here.
By the way, can one of you guys verify I can be heard stream fine? I'm streaming you? What? Wait. Hold up, explain.
Oh, nice. I mean, that's what you did with our Destiny content. You basically stole our content.
Is Ed actually streaming my stream?
No one say anything. Say nothing.
I will not explain. Alright, someone check Ed's stream. I want to know what he's up to.
My goodness, what? Was that the old, was it the GB ult? No, what the fuck killed me? Oh. Yeah, we're just not letting their machinists play the game so that I get to play the game. That's just kind of how it goes.
What is happening? Let me up! There we go. What the hell was that?
Oh, that's game.
Yo, 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 yo. Are we done here? Okay, now you're gonna fucking die for this over fucking extension. I hope you realize that. Oh my god, but no, they don't die.
I need to figure out why my on-screen chat box is so delayed.
I need to go at this on Ninja.
Boing. No. boing. I didn't boing. Save station. Those exist. Once upon a time, young Sylvia got lost in a save station in Magmore Caverns because it had those fucking like fume jets that block your visor. Whoa, dude. Ah, the visuals on the lava are so cool. It's so shiny and it's like doing the thing where it like you can see heat. I've scanned 25% of the logbook. That don't sound right.
I return.
Should I test if if they kept in the thing where you can do something in here way earlier than you're supposed to? Are you bigger than in the old versions of the game? You look bigger.
And that dancer to hell.
Oh god, you have so much health. There it goes. Buffer? Yeah, it's just... I don't think
What?
the pillar.
What?
The
What?
one you can
Alright, alright.
I'm glad.
Mute for now, and I'll have that. I'll moderate that in the background. Oh wait, I didn't wait for the response. Whoops.
It's just gonna be there because they don't have a space jump.
Wow.
Did you entertain chat for me? I think I'm actually being streamed.
I hope that was picked up on stream.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my god. The amount of bummers
I don't think it was.
I
Dang.
can do to salvage overtime is crazy.
I got that so much sooner than I was supposed to. Granted, it's clearly intentional. But...
Oh my god, fuck off.
Oh, maybe it was. Let's go. It might have been caught on stream. How you doing, Thunder?
Eating cheese stuffed tater tots.
Nice.